Hello everyone! Today I have the completion of one project to show you and the more or less completion of another project to show you. The complete project is this, which is a shirt I've been commissioned to make as a Christmas present for a kid at the church that I go to. It is all European 4-in-1, 18 gauge galvanized steel wire, quarter-inch interior diameter rings, somewhere around 10,000 of them. And I think it might weigh, I don't know, I'm really terrible at gauging weights, but I don't think it weighs more than 10 pounds. It's really super comfy, and, well, I personally don't know how comfy it is because I can't actually fit into it. But, I mean, something like this, it can't help but be comfy. And he's going to be getting that as a Christmas present, and I'll be handing it over sometime later this week. And I'm glad to be getting this out of the way, and it was a lot of fun, and that kid's going to be the coolest kid in town, I should think. Other than maybe me and a couple other people. And then the more or less finished project is my belt sander, which I've been modifying. The motor that I ordered came in today, so I finished up the work that I needed to do, more or less. There's some finishing touches that I should put on it. I basically stripped the entire original belt sander down and basically just kept the column that houses the actual belt right there, and then stuck it and the new motor on a piece of inch-thick oak board, and it's very sturdy. I mean, it's not going anywhere. There's some Gorilla Glue leaking out there where I just pumped a bunch in to seal up some of that space inside. But it works great. I've got to... this is just a temporary wiring setup. I don't have an actual switch for it yet. On the cable, it's on the cord itself. I've just got to flip this and it'll turn the whole thing on, so I'll do that. Let me make sure I'm getting a good angle. And it used to be a relatively quiet... It used to be relatively quiet, but now it's got a decent roar to it. It runs roughly a little bit less than twice as fast as it used to, and it has more than twice the horsepower it used to, and it can just take some material off now. I mean, I was throwing off some sparks with a piece of metal earlier, and this is a worn out old belt that's not worth half a crap, but it's fairly decent. Central Machinery did an okay-ish job making the sander in the first place, but now it's a pretty darn good sander. It'll keep me going until I build my belt grinder, which I'm going to actually use the same motor to power it. I'm just gonna remove those screws and transfer it between machines so that I don't have to buy a bunch of expensive motors, because this one was $170, which, if I treat it right and switch it between machines, it'll be a very good investment. I mean, it never hurts to have a 2-horsepower motor sitting around. But I'm very happy with it. As I said, I've still got the finishing touches to do. I'll have to clean that up. I might put some angle irons on the side here and on the side here, just to make it extra stable. But it really doesn't need it. I mean, it's on there really well. I screwed it in through the bottom, and these two pieces are screwed together, and this piece is bolted to the steel or to whatever metal this happens to be, maybe cast iron or something, I don't know. But it's all bolted together very firmly, and it's not moving anywhere. The only thing that might move anywhere is the motor, but I'm going to be working on that too, getting some bolts and make it a bit more steady. But all in all, it works great. and I'm looking forward to taking off some material with it. Let me find a piece of metal real quick, and might as well give it a go. Here's one. This is the one I was grinding away earlier. Let's see. Yep. I was putting a hell of a lot of pressure on that too, and it didn't really slow down hardly at all. Very happy making. I should maybe move the motor back just a little bit further so I can get some more tension in this belt, but even so, it's working great. Yeah. If you need a motor like that, go to Tractor Supply, and they have a large selection of motors there. This one was a 2 horsepower, 3,450 RPM air compressor motor. Just remember that, it's an air compressor motor, and it's from the brand Marathon Electric, but I think pretty much all the motors at Tractor Supply are. And it seems to be a good motor. It's running nice and tough. And it's got a 5/8 shaft, which is keyed. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's got a little keyway in it. And this pulley also has a keyway in it, and there's a little steel pin sort of thing, a piece of square steel that goes and seats in between there, and that set screw keeps it all together. I don't know how much of that you actually saw, because I'm not very good at aiming the computer camera when I can't see what's happening. But yeah, I might move the motor back a little bit to get some more tension on it, but it's working beautifully, and couldn't be happier. Have a great day.